Welcome back. I got a Vice story, and it's not gross or anything, but it's just interesting. You can see what happens here, okay? That a small thing, I've said this before on realcopstoriesvideos.com, small thing can become a big thing really fast, okay? There was a, working in a predominantly black area, it really doesn't matter, but it does it later on in the story. They had planned a punk rock concert, believe it or not, in a old abandoned theater in a black area, which is really dumb, okay? Because you got adamantly opposed people here of philosophy. You have blacks that are black, obviously, and then you have these punk rockers who are all white. Who knows what they are? Nazis? I don't know what to call punk rockers, but those two aren't going to get together very well. But okay, anyway. So naturally, this came out that they were advertising this thing. Well, somebody complained to the Vice unit, which is us, that they're going to sell beer in there, and they don't have a license. Okay, and this is weird. Remember, I told you before. Usually, when they call the Vice, an honest people will call us because they're playing by the rules, the liquor store or bar, and they don't like this other place selling to minors and drunks, and so they call us, okay, and so we have to investigate it. Okay, so we know so it's been advertised, so we know the night of the concert, there's supposed to be like 150 people in there and all this stuff, and they have a bar in the back. Okay, so we start checking through everybody, and they don't have a license. You have to get a bar license. You can get a bar license like a one-night license to sell. You know, you pay a fee to the beverage control, and you get it for one night. It's a waiver. It's no big deal. It's not a license. It's just a waiver. But you can sell booze. You know, and I don't know what they charge for that. I'm not in that business, but it's not that much because they don't want to stifle it. I mean, okay, so fine. There's a lot of sub stories here. Okay, I have to have two young people to go in there and buy the beer. So I'm trying to keep this story as condensed as possible, but I don't know if I can. So we had two recruits out of the academy, a guy and a girl. They look really young, okay? Obviously, they were 21 years old anyway, but they look young. So, got them, requested them for patrol. They came the night before, and they're all scared. I mean, can you imagine? You're right out of the academy within a week or two, and now you're coming up here looking at Vice cops. I had a black partner, kind of a mini afro. I got long hair. I mean, we're like, we're Vice, man. They're like, oh my God. So we told them what they wanted to do. Just go in, buy a beer. We'll give you tubes with a cork. Pour the beer in there, cork it, put it in your pocket, and then come on out. We'll take the tubes from you, tell me who did it, and then we're just going in, we're going to write them a ticket, and it's over. And they're all, okay, and dress like punk rockers, okay? Whatever that means. Okay, fine. So I planned this thing. It wasn't a big deal. We're just going to write tickets, okay? Again, small thing. So next day they come. Okay, the girl looked great. She got all kinds of funky clothes. She had her ponytail off to the side. She looked good. She had big red lipstick, and, cheeks was all red. She looked really good. And, and so the guy shows up. And ultimately, he wanted being some kind of deputy chief somewhere, okay? But at this level, this is many years later, obviously, 20 or 5 years later, he was at high ranking. But now, he's just a young guy. He's wearing, like, Docker pants and Izod shirt, okay? Come on, man. I mean, really, okay? And, of course, he has short hair like, the punk rockers have because he's a recruit. And, boy, did I roast him at his retirement. Ooh, that was a good one. But anyway, so I'm like, okay, well, what's that saying? If you get lemons, you make lemonade. Well, I got what I got. I can't do anything about it. Okay, so here we go. Hour before the rock's going to start, there's people already there, so we send them in. We're outside, just hanging out in the street, and people coming and going and everything. So they're in there a while, half an hour. Why? Just buy the beer and come out already, So finally they come out. Well, they meet us on the side, and this one guy, you remember he's wearing brown khaki pants, right? I'll stand up. He's got a wet stain about this big, okay? Now remember, we're cold cops, man. We're Vice cops. We don't care about that. This is my second tour. I'm running this unit. I'm the senior guy, even senior to the sergeants when it comes to Vice. I know what I'm doing. So I go, what happened to you? And he goes, oh, I'm really sorry, detective. What happened? And even the girl's looking at him. Well, it's kind of our fault because we didn't know that we didn't realize that we had glass tubes with a cork. Well, there's carbonation. So what happened was he put the beer in there, put the cork, stuck it in his pocket. He was nervous. Well, he stuck it upside down, okay? And then the cork popped, okay? So he got it all over his crotch. So he had to go back in there and get the bottle out. He threw it in the trash in the restroom, got it out of the trash, put some more. Then he sat it straight up so he looked like he peed himself. And I'm going, oh my God. Okay, fine. Give me the evidence. Okay, you guys leave, go have dinner and go to the station. We'll see you in a little bit. Okay, fine. So I didn't know though, at the time, we inside writing tickets. I didn't know that we have a mid-watch unit, which is about, maybe 10 officers and a sergeant. that were going to raid the place. They didn't bother to tell us. Okay, it would have been nice to know that. So and then they got more units to help them. So they got like 15 or 20 officers to raid this place right when the punk rock starts. They don't have permits to run the concert either. Okay, so we're in there writing tickets. We come out and we're off to the side and we're just standing there talking, my partner and I, and we look. What's that? And we see a bunch of police cars pull up, 4 officers per car. Okay, they doubled up for transportation. So you got 3 cars, 12 officers more or less, a couple of supervisors and a lieutenant. And what do? They line up with their sticks and they go in. And we're like, okay, well, what is this? And all of a sudden we see there's like 100 people in there. Okay, they come screaming out the front door, carrying chairs and tables. And what happened was they went in there and somebody threw a ball at one of these officers and they pepper sprayed these people and said it's an unlawful assembly. So now I didn't. This is part of I didn't see. I was told that the officer in there swinging their sticks to defend themselves because some of the punk rockers are charging the officers because they like to fight. They love that stuff. Okay, so they're in there fighting. They're putting out help calls, which we don't have a radio, so we didn't hear this. So now, as they're coming out, we're 2 minorities here. I got a black partner and I'm Mexican. We have a little cash box. We took this guy's money and our ticket book and our little guns, and we're in an alcove watching all these people go by. We can't come out because the punk rockers might beat us up because we're not their nationality. That's where that national, well, I'll tell you earlier, that's why black and white thing comes in. We can't come out of here because someone's going to do something to us. B, the officers might, a lot of times we don't know, they might hurt us because they think we're part of the punk rock. So we just stood there. It was a deep alcove into another store. We're just watching people run back and forth. They're throwing stuff, and I hear sirens after sirens after sirens. Now, at this time, I'd been on the job maybe 12 years, maybe. And I've seen a lot. There's another story coming up. I've seen a lot of responses to major disturbances. Lots, okay? Other than a full-blown, like, LA Coliseum riot or something like that. I'm talking about a local problem. This was the biggest. We hid there for about 15 minutes, okay? And 15 minutes in police time, in real time, is a long time, okay? Most incidents are over. Most shootings are happening in 15 seconds, okay? That's how fast the shootings occur. That's almost a fact, okay? So altercations when you're rolling with somebody, 2 minutes, okay? All this stuff happens fast. 15 minutes, and all I saw was people running. All I saw is wave after wave of police officers. I mean, just everywhere. So after about 20 minutes, the helicopters are flying over. I mean, it's a whole scene. We thought, okay, now we look out. Okay, now it's safe for us to, because unfortunately our car was parked on the other side of this theater. We don't know this is going to happen, okay? Again, from a ticket for vice to a full-blown riot. I mean, this is a riot, okay? Windows are smashed out in businesses. Cars are smashed out. Nasty business, okay? So as we walk out across the street, we're walking back to our car very gingerly, looking around, have our badges ready to show other officers who we are. I looked up one of the major streets. There's a major street that the theater was on, and there's another major street going up. Both streets was a sea of police cars. I'm talking maybe 60 police cars. Okay, now 60 police cars, 2-man cars. That's 120 cops, okay? They came from other areas, obviously. You know, this one area only has probably maybe 50 cops for the whole night. So they have to draw from other areas. And on the top of the police cars and the lights, they have numbers. This is where they came from. You know, Hollywood, West LA, Devonshire, Van Nuys. And I'm walking back and I'm looking. I've been on the job almost a dozen years. I've seen numbers never seen before because we're in one part of the city and you go over the mountains and the other part, you never see those police cars. So they had come over the mountains, down the passes through Westwood Village to back up this riot. So now they're finishing up. I see them dragging people away in handcuffs and we're just kind of walking away, and just get in our car. We got the heck out of there, So our supervisor, one of them wasn't that good a guy. He's in one of my stories that if I became a supervisor later, if I had heard that on the radio, knowing my guys were there, I would have rolled. Okay, he never even left the station. Okay, he's busy trying to promote. A lot of supervisors like that. Okay, I'm only here for myself. Okay, so we had to tell him the whole story I told you. Oh wow, it's terrible. Oh yeah, it's terrible. Where were you? What? Anyway, that's another story. So when we get there, now it's all over. The patrol's booking their bodies. We did our vice thing, and these 2 young officers are there, and we get to what they call operating notes. I think is what it's called, where they write out what they did, and then we keep it, and then we combine that into our report. And then it all goes into a file, and if he goes to court, we just pull out their sheets and show what they did, because we didn't see it. No big deal. And so he had already told the supervisors about his stain, because he got there, and they even said, what is that? What happened to you? And he explained the whole story again. Okay, so now we're done with him. All right, thank you very much, thank you very much. Okay, appreciate, you know, all that stuff. And they're all, oh, wow, this is great, all excited. Okay, so off they went. We closed the door, and we looked at our supervisor, and goes, she'll do fine. She's sharp as a pin, okay? He's not going to go anywhere. He's a dim bulb. I said, what kind of people are they putting out in 1983? This is ridiculous, you know, out of the academy. Oh, my God, they'll never do anything. Well, yeah, right, okay. He passed me up like I was standing still in a rank structure, and in about 20 years, he's some deputy chief and a captain, and off he goes. And, you know, so turns out he's a very smart person. He's not the person for doing stuff that we did down in the dirt. He's more of an administrative, and that's what he was. He was a good administrative guy. I heard from other people he was a great guy because he was caring about his people and all that. But that night, it was pretty funny. We're laughing at him, and he's just like, oh, you know. So I brought it up at the retirement. They loved it. Oh, they loved it. And again, it's like other retirements. I'm telling this story, and you need 2 or 3 cameras. His wife looks at him. His kids look at him because he's very clean cut. Remember, he's wearing Izos Lacoste undercover. And he's looking at him like this, and they're looking, he's going like this, like it's all true. And they're looking at it. So they don't tell their wives and kids how they kind of screwed up and kind of did something stupid. He didn't screw up. It was just an unfortunate situation. He didn't screw up. It was just the cork and the carbonation got him. It looked pretty good. Big stain on his crotch. That was pretty good. Anyway, so sorry to go on with this story, but a lot of moving parts here, and I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.